Welcome back. We have with us in the second half of our program today one of the most talented people on campus. You know this gentleman from acting. You know this gentleman from directing the bell choir. He's also a very talented knitter, but today he's bringing his favorite skill here, and that's your skill of dancing. Welcome, John Carle.
Thank you very much.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you for all the compliments.
Oh, well, you just pop up here and there. It's like, he can do everything.
Not quite.
And enjoy all of them, I'm sure.
That's true.
So we have invited you here today to talk about, every other month we try to focus on a group on campus. And you are the leader of the line dancing group.
Not at present.
Well, who's the leader?
There isn't one.
It's leaderless. You just are a group that get together and have a good time.
That's right.
Right. So what is line dancing?
Well, line dancing is moving to music in a synchronized fashion. Everyone are doing the same steps of a dance.
Hopefully.
Yes, and the dance has been choreographed, which makes it different than country dances that every society forever
has had since the beginning of time.
Right.
Yes, probably Adam and Eve did a little line dancing.
They probably did.
Yeah, and we're looking on the screen at some of your group, and it's I don't have to know how to tap dance. It's just moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you notice everyone, well, almost everyone, are doing the same step.
Right.
Facing the same wall.
Right.
There are 4 walls.
That is
Yes.
true. Good point. Yes.
12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 3 o'clock.
Is that how you teach it?
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, I've never line danced to anything that was actually choreographed.
Yeah.
And you do the choreography?
I have done some, yes. But generally we use other choreographers who are out there who really come out of not only the line dance world, but jazz.
Oh.
A lot of the jazz dancers are now doing line dance.
So if you're learning something someone else has choreographed, is it a written? I know that dance is written.
Yes.
But are you doing that? Are you watching a video? How are you learning what somebody else has choreographed?
How am I learning it?
Yeah, so that you can teach it.
Well, I do both.
Okay.
There's a step sheet for every dance. And I find that at Copper Knob from Great Britain.
Oh, okay.
And they're an archive house that collects all of the line dances from around the world.
And it's in Great Britain.
And it's in Great Britain.
There are those who would think, when I was trying to look up the history of line dancing, there are those who, it started in the U.S. in 1989 with disco, which I said that was probably written by a younger person who didn't do a lot of research on this.
Probably.
So there is a house a business that collects all of these.
Yes.
And like with play scripts, you can order them.
Correct.
How do you
Except
know?
it's free.
Oh, really?
So you just go to the site, coppernobuk.co, and put the name of the dance in the slot where it says search. And up will come all the dances by that name. There may be more than one.
Wow. So how would you know the name of the dance to ask for?
Well, you either know the name of the dance from going to events or watching on YouTube. Okay. And at Copper Knob, every week they list all the new dances for the week, and there may be hundreds.
For just a week?
Just a week.
Wow.
And then you say, oh, there's a dance that I remember or had seen before, and let's see what it's like. So I click on that dance, and it takes me to videos of the music, of the band playing the music, and also usually the choreographer or teachers who are teaching that dance. So there'll be a demo video.
Wow.
That I would watch. And then I would have the step sheet, And if
Does
I
the
was
step sheet look like those things we used to say? Is this how you...
No.
Okay,
that's
not
more of
it.
a diagram
Okay.
of the actual feet
Okay,
moving.
yeah.
It's a whole different thing. That was used a lot in ballroom when I first learned ballroom as a teenager. But the line dance is all written out to the number of beats. Usually it's 32 or 64.
I read something about the number of beats, and then I got totally confused.
So if it's 32, which is the most common, then you would learn those 32 steps.
And then you repeat them?
And then you would repeat them, usually facing a different wall.
Okay.
So that's where it becomes important, because choreographed into the dance is a turn to face the new wall that you're going to then dance the dance again. And then you're going to turn at the end of that sequence and face another new wall. So there are 4 walls. You get 4 opportunities.
4 opportunities to do it right.
Right.
I watched one video that was a dance called I think I said it was Shim Sham. It was an old dance, but it was being done in a group of hundreds of people.
That's right.
And there was one lady who the first time through, she wasn't doing very well, but for the second time she was into it.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. So tell us about your groups here at Green Spring. How can if I wanted to do some line dancing, what do I do?
Well, first of all, I'd probably invite you to the beginners group, and it's really, we call it an ultra beginner because it's really before the beginners even start dancing. They have to learn some steps. They have to learn what I'm calling those patterns. Like step together, step, tap, step together, step, tap. Now that pattern to the right and to the left has a name.
And what's the name?
Basic right and basic left.
Okay.
And so anytime I would say basic right, everyone knows to go right, together, right, and touch.
Interesting.
Why do we touch? Because we want to come back the other way. And if you stepped on that foot, you'd still be going with the right foot and couldn't come back.
Right.
So
you just keep on going.
Just keep on going right out the door.
But we were talking about the international aspect of this type of dance, and doing what you just showed me took me to the roof of a house in Sudan back in the late 80s where they were having a party, and it was exactly a group of young people doing exactly that in a circle. So it's very international.
Yes, it is.
Yes, right. So you have an ultra beginners class.
Ultra beginners class, which is where I send everyone who's brand new. Now there are some people who used to line dance when they were younger, and when they come here they say, yeah, but I haven't line danced in 30, 40 years. And so I send them to the ultra beginners class, and they either catch on right away and say, this is too easy for me, at which point then I'll move them to the beginners class, the regular beginners class. And if they say, I'm happy right here in the ultra beginners, we let them stay there.
Okay.
And I keep an eye on them to try to move them along so they don't just stay there. Because the ultra beginner class now has got about 22 people in it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And when we meet in the Town Center craft room, when we were allowed to do that, it's really getting too small. Because you should have 3 feet between each person. That means the person in front of you, the person behind you, and the 2 on the side. We need 3 feet. Everyone needs 3 square feet to dance. We can get away with 2.5.
Kind of an area the size of this table.
Yeah, and that would be fine.
Right.
But if you squeeze it closer, it's okay if everyone is actually doing the steps properly.
I was thinking that there could be some collisions.
Yeah, because you have a whole line of people and they're dancing this way, right? And then all of a sudden Susan comes in.
That would be me, yes.
And decides to go the other way. Now what do you do with this?
Yeah. So ultra beginners.
Beginners. And then we have an intermediate class.
Okay.
Improver intermediate, which gets into much more advanced dances. They're not called advanced dances, they're called intermediate. And then finally, we would have the advanced class, which right now is the staff line dance class.
Okay. Oh, they're fun to watch too.
They are, and they really love the more difficult advanced dances.
We just have a couple of minutes left, but it's just fun. Correct?
It's fun.
That people come for two reasons, because they want to be with other people and have a good time and move.
And move, exercise.
Yes, right. I was thinking last night as I was reading this, I thought we have on our new Cox TV systems, we have music channels from 901 to 9 some number I can't read. Anyway, there's a lot of them. And we can just do that in our apartments if we're not able to get out and move around. We can just make up a little line dance right there in front of the TV and keep moving.
That's right. And it doesn't matter what the tune is, as long as the beat is fairly close. You can do it to any music you want.
And one more question. They're flashing numbers at us. I know we're in trouble. Do I need special shoes?
Not necessarily. They need to stay on your feet, so they shouldn't be flip-flops or whatever you call those things.
Do I need special clothes?
No.
Good.
You just need something you're comfortable in.
Now, who would I contact if I'd like to take up line dancing? Contact John Carle, C-A-R-L-E. Find him in your resident directory.
There you go.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It was a
we could have
pleasure.
talked a little longer, but we ran out of time.